So many parts of the query letter seem to be signals that you did your research on querying. My name is Gina. I'm an author, editor, publishing professional. I help you make your writing better. Yes and no. Like some of it is that you did your research on querying, but a lot of it is that you did your research on publishing, on being an author, on how to write books well. People get really angry about like comp titles and they're like, that looks like I'm just supposed to do research on how to do querying. Or it means that you have read enough books within your genre and your category, that you have read enough to know how to write well in this space. That is what those comp titles are signaling, is that you understand your place within the market. People get annoyed at the structure of focusing on character and stakes, and they're like, it should be enough that I wrote a good book. And if you wrote a good book with a clear structure to it and clear stakes to it, then pulling those stakes out and putting them in the query letter is not that hard. Like, yes, a query letter takes skill, it is its own set of skills, but you have all of the pieces. If you wrote the book well, then you have what you need in order to write a good query letter. If you literally cannot figure out what your character wants, if you don't know or understand anything about your character's stakes in order to write a good query letter, then that is a sign that there are major problems with the manuscript. So the query letter is not demonstrating that you researched how to query. It is demonstrating that you have spent the time to write a good book and be ready to publish in the market. Being able to have good and accurate metadata, the word count, the genre, the category, all of those things, again, shows that you understand the market and that you have written a concise book that is sellable. Traditional publishing is a for-profit business, and people get really angry when I bring that up, but it is a for-profit business. If you come in here and you say, like, I have written the next young adult erotica and it is 450,000 words, I know that you don't know anything about what you're talking about. That book's not publishable for a bunch of reasons, and like, there's problems, like major problems there. And that's a real example. That's a real example. So it is not that we care so much that you did a bunch of research on how to write query letters. It's that by doing all of the research on how to write a successful query letter, you will by necessity almost dig into whether or not you wrote a good book. This is the necessary step, and it's the uncomfortable one that a lot of people don't want to look too closely at.